then they're not going to be able to see this at all because it's behind this blackout window over here. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Different Breed, and today we'll be getting some extra eyes. If you want to help contribute to this series, snap a pic or take a video of a cam spot and how to throw it, then post it in the Discord and the Gadget Spots channel. The best ones will be featured in a future video. Let's build the best cam spot collection ever seen. In this video, we're going to be focusing on the outside of server or CCTV room, if you will. For our very first cam, we're going to come over here at the garage storage window. We're going to open it up. And then we're gonna go like in the corner a little bit-ish. We're gonna lean over to the left, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna aim for this little cloud right up here. So just put your cursor right in the middle there, let it soar, and then it's gonna land right on top of this little pillar, I guess, over here on this wall. And then we're gonna be able to see this side wall over here where people rappel up, this east wall over here for server, so that, you know, you can help your bandit go ahead and stop that thermite from getting in. I couldn't think of words for a second there. Oh, also the difficulty of this thing is going to be easy. As you just seen, you just knock this down, come over to the corner, lean, and then aim for that. It's a pretty big spot to get, so you should be able to get it pretty easily. And yeah, I wouldn't scan on this camera. I can't even speak. I would not scan on this camera because it's gonna be easily seen if anybody is to look back or anything like that. If I came over with the sledge and we're looking at or for this camera, then it's gonna be a little bit hard to find this camera itself, unless we're on this side, which keep hitting the air, but whatever. It's gonna be a little bit easier to see if we're looking for a camera over back there. If we're repelled though, then we can see it, however we can't hit it out. So maybe they'll see it and they'll take a little bit longer to go ahead and get that out. If we're up on the wall or the balcony or whatever you want to call it itself, then yeah, it's going to be a little bit obvious to go ahead and see there because it's a black camera on a white background, and you know, that's just what it is. It's an easy cam to get, it's an easy cam to spot. It's just easy all around. And if I really wanted to get this camera back, then it's a little bit too bad because we can't climb up there and get it. And for our second cam, this is gonna be pretty much another easy camera to get to. We're just going to break down this barricade, go into the corner-ish area again, like we just saw, and we can either, like, we can push ourselves out or we can lean, whatever you wanna do. You're gonna aim for the top of this roof, this little white roof over here, and you're going to aim for basically like this corner over here. So the roof, and you let it go, it's gonna land right in the corner down here on the floor. And we're gonna be able to see this entire balcony over here where everyone's gonna be rappelling up and where they're gonna be trying to hold angles as they're trying to open that wall for the bandit. And as you can see, we can see right now the sledge up on top. We can see him no problem. We can see if he repels. The only thing that we can't see is if the sledge goes ahead and goes over to the side, which is fine. I mean, it's not what this cam is for. This cam is to make sure that we can see where these people are if they're repelled out here. If we want to do a run out, we can see if there's a claymore for it and all that fun jazz. Now, as the sledge, if we're looking for it, then it's going to be a little bit obvious since it's sitting in a dark corner and it's going to be a bright light on it. But if you, so I wouldn't scan on this camera. Let's just get that out of the way. And if you go ahead and get off of this camera, then it's going to be hidden in that shadow, which is why it's thrown into that shadow. So this is meant to be not seen or not on if someone's going to be looking for the camera, which is again why I say don't scan on it. And if nobody is looking for the camera, then we should be able to get right on it and have no problems with it being nice and hidden. But if they look over while you're looking at the camera, they're gonna see it. So if you see someone going down on rappel or maybe switching to the left, maybe don't let them or get off of it real quick and make sure your teammates are off of it as well. And if we wanted to get this back, we could definitely go ahead and grab this back. It's just gonna be a little bit risky. And for our third and final camera today, this is gonna be an extremely difficult camera and very, very risky. So I wish you luck trying to get this camera. This is something you're definitely gonna have to practice. So get those practice pants on and go ahead and do this, but it's gonna be a pretty good camera and you'll see why in a little bit. What you're gonna do is you're gonna line yourself up, or what you could also do is rip this down, and then you're gonna run out 2 seconds. So all you're gonna do is run straight out, 1, 2, stop, and then you're gonna aim right down at this cloud over here. So you see this nice white beam over here? You're gonna aim for where this kind of dips. You can kind of see like a little dip here. You're gonna aim right for this little shined part. Right to the left of that. What is it? You can see, this is so difficult to explain. This little lit up spot here, you're gonna put your cursor right on the edge of it, and then you're gonna let it soar. And then that is gonna land you right on this window, which it actually, I threw it too low. So if I throw another one, see what I mean by difficult factor? So if we throw it just a little bit higher and let it go, it's gonna land right on this. Oh, that's not the camera. It's gonna let, oh, I must have hit that other camera. So like I was saying, rip this down, 1, 2, then you throw this out, you aim right for this specific spot right here, and then it's going to land right on this window right here. And what's nice about this window is it's a blackout window. You cannot see through this window. I'm gonna go ahead and dump inside real quick so that we don't get the you're detected thing right here. And we're gonna be able to see this platform again, which is, you know, the star attraction over here. If I'm rappelling in the back, which people do when the wall's opened up, then we can see exactly where these people are trying to like peek and hold an angle from. So this is super nice for that. It's super nice for the bandit if you're trying to help him with the thermite trying to plant. You can see on the left side, and you can see in the middle area. You can't really see on, or I mean on the right side, you can't really see on the left side. So it's gonna be a little bit tricky and challenging for that, but you'll be able to tell him on if he's on that side, which means that you won't be able to see if people are repelled and trying to hold angles over here on the left side. So, oh well, I guess that's just one of the drawbacks of using this camera. However, one of the benefits is that if they hear you and they come over here and they look at it, then they're not gonna be able to see this at all because it's behind this blackout window over here. And I guess we're gonna have to join back in. 1, 2, toss it out, glue back up, get inside, and say that they go ahead and they hear this camera being thrown down. Now I threw it a little bit more to the left. If I threw it a little bit more to the right, it would be back behind this glass over here. You'll see why that's a little more important in a little bit, as I was just showing. But you throw it, you know, that little bit lower, and then if they hear it coming out, if you can throw it even lower than this, then they can actually not be seen over at this angle here. And it's gonna be very difficult for people to go ahead and find where this camera exists if they don't see its trajectory and they don't see exactly where it goes, because we can see this camera here, but when it's in the middle of this glass, we won't be able to see it. So let me see if I can throw out a better camera here. So the best way to line yourself up is to actually rip down the barricade, because then you're looking at a straight angle rather than like if you mess up a little bit and you're running off to the side, like, because it puts your angle at a different angle like almost each time. So if you rip it down, it's going to be at the same each time. 1, 2, and then we're going to aim for that little spot over here. We want it high but low at the same time because of the way that it goes, and boom. We're gonna be able to see it though, for sure. So we can see the camera just a little bit, and that's because it's not pushed back all the way. So like I said, this is gonna be a really difficult camera to get back. And if it was further back, just a smidge, then we wouldn't be able to see this camera. As you can see, we can barely see it right here. And that's what makes this camera, like, first of all, extremely hard, but second of all, really nice, is that it's very difficult to find if you hear it first and you're like, all right, where is it? Where is it? And then this is actually pushed back more. It's gonna be a little bit harder to even find. But then we're gonna be able to go ahead and see this repelled and this walls and stuff like that. But if we are looking for this camera, we just look back from up here. If we're looking back, then we're gonna be able to see it because it's gonna be a light on a dark background. If we get off of it and it's actually on the window itself, It's gonna be a little bit harder to see just because it'll be a dark camera on a dark background. This is what it looks like with it being seen, and then taking it off, it's a dark camera on a dark background. It looks a little bit better and a little less seen. However, just know that it's right there. You're just gonna have to be careful, not scan on this, and use it as well as you can. And as you can see, you can't retrieve it unless you go ahead and shoot out that glass, which then you can go ahead and get it. But I mean, are you really gonna run all the way over here to get that camera? That'd be a little bit crazy. If you want to protect areas of other maps or this one, check out the playlist of my past cam videos linked on your screen right now. Don't forget to post your spots in the Discord. Until next time, stay different.